hold up. He loses your phone, then asks you out on a date.
What, was that a date?
Oh, I lost your phone. Oopsies. Date me. That's how that goes. I'm your brother, Jethro.
I'm your sister, Imogen.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you know if you say thumbs up, the YouTube button lights up on YouTube? I was watching a video from 8 years ago that someone posted, and in it they just mentioned, oh, don't forget to give a thumbs up, and it lit up. So now that I'm saying it.
Wait, you didn't say it, the people on the
Yeah,
video
the screen.
said it.
Yeah.
Ah,
I think it's like an embedded thing where if it like picks up on it, it'll literally like highlight the
like
light
under the
button.
video on
Yeah.
YouTube's own like web page.
Yeah.
Huh.
I didn't know that. I freaked out about it. I was like, what? That's so cool.
Well, there's one thing I wouldn't have known unless you told me.
There you go. Imogen, what is one thing that no one would know unless you told them?
Well, some people know this, but you don't know this, and I specifically have not told you, even though it was kind of a big deal yesterday. So I went for a hike, and I was in this cave, right? And there was 4 other people that I was hiking with. One of the guys was on top of like some rocks, and he looked like Gollum in this cave, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I want to get up there and see if I can like be up there too. And so I went up, and I didn't go all the way up because there was also this like extremely deep and crazy dark, could not actually see the bottom drop right next to me. It was like a sheer drop. And I was like, oh, I better not fall down there. I've got like I've got a photo shoot on like this morning. And yeah, so anyway, I was like very careful with myself and everything. And anyway, this other guy, he walks up past us and climbs up past us, and he's like, oh, pass me your phone, Imogen. I'll take a photo of you guys. So I give him my phone, and he puts it into his hoodie pocket. And as he's like, I turn around, I'm talking to this other guy who's on top of the rocks, and I just hear this slip, and I just hear this, and then I hear the guy go, oh no. And I turn around, and the dude's got his head in his hands. He felt so bad, but it was okay. It was bound to happen. You don't pass phones around in a cave where there's like a drop into the abyss that you can't see. Anyway, yeah, the phone was gone. I instantly just had this peace come over me, like, it's gone. It's okay. It's just, we're just never going to find it again. The guys were trying to find it. One of them like climbed down into like the crevice, and I'm like, please do not die. Like, do not drop. Do not get yourself stuck. Like, you have to come out of there. You are way more important than any kind of phone. And yeah, he was like, oh, I can't see it. And then they handed him another phone, like, don't drop that phone with a torch on it. And
Oh, no.
it was this kind of big ordeal. And yeah, so my phone is at the bottom. I have this theory. When I one day discover the center of the earth, my phone's going to be there, and we're going to reunite, and we're going to have a moment, and it's going to have filmed everything. It wasn't recording when we dropped it, but its battery was on battery saver, so it's going to
last a long time.
It's going to live a long time, I think. It's waiting for me. But yeah, I lost my phone yesterday.
That is, well, you didn't lose it.
I didn't lose it.
Some other guy lost it.
But it was my fault handing it to him, and at one point he like rested it on some rocks, and I thought that probably shouldn't be there, and I didn't do anything about it. So realistically,
it was like a bit of like
I
a
could
warning.
have been smarter about it. It wasn't exactly my fault, but it was my responsibility, and I did not yeah.
I bet he felt really bad.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Like,
he's going to buy me pancakes tonight.
losing someone's phone.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. But the really good thing was, like, we went to the phone store, reported it missing, and got a replacement SIM card. And because of the plan that we have, that was free, which was great. And then our other brother, he collects and has all these old phones from like old plans that we've had years and years and years ago. So I just picked an old phone, stuck it in, and didn't cost anything, which was really good. But yes, yesterday felt extremely present with nature going on the rest of that hike.
I bet.
I was completely unattached. I'm like, I can't text mum or dad. I can't text anybody. I can't call anybody. If something goes wrong, I'm completely unreachable. And it kind of felt nice.
There you go. You know what's happened though, right?
What?
There's a little creature called Golem that's now
Playing
got
with
your
my
phone and
precious.
yeah.
Yeah, doing all that.
Yeah. So how deep was this? Like,
Oh, we couldn't see the bottom. And this was after the dude climbed down maybe like 3-4 meters.
so on the trail, I'm going to light the conversation candle because this is actually great. I want to keep this going. On the, like, yeah, can you set this, like,
Okay, hold this.
there's a crevasse or something?
Yeah.
All right, Imogen, this is going to quickly light the conversation candle because we're just straight into it. I just said something that you wouldn't know and then we're going into this story. It's great. All right. Is that your mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tis.
You need to color code these. Yeah.
So,
Cool. Yeah, so you're on a trail.
okay, I'm on a trail. I'm on a hike.
Because in my mind, there's like a giant hole in the ground that's just like a cave. That's just like, what's in there?
We're on this mountain, right?
Yes.
And I'll try and describe it as best I can for the audio listeners. This is actually going to be a great test of my like description and writing skills.
We will be judging.
Can I just say it takes me I edit, okay? So I'm not able to edit right now.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, so we're on this trail and it's on the side of a mountain and kind of like this big. Actually, I don't mind saying where it is. It was Springbrook. It was a Springbrook hike. So if you're in Australia or in Southeast Queensland, you know where Springbrook is. It's a really beautiful rainforesty on the side of a hill mountain kind of area. And yeah, there's this one particular hike. And when you come down the mountain, there's these two, kind of in line with the side of the mountain, there is another massive, we'll call it a rock, but it's huge, right? And it kind of looks like a scalene triangle, maybe. Is that what they're called? The really skinny ones? The entrance to the cave is like a scalene triangle. It's for the people watching video, it looks like this. Okay?
Oh, so it is like literally like more triangular.
Yeah, it's very triangular.
Okay.
It is. It's very triangular. It's really, really long. Kind of like a little elf's hat. But like one of the really little gnomey elves that have the really tall hats. That's what the entrance to the cave looked like, right? So you go in and
I have another image in my mind. Just anyway, continue.
Elves, Jethro.
Elves. Elves.
Don't be inappropriate. So
Elves. Keep it clean.
So we go in and immediately there's kind of like a snaky pathway that you can walk through to the other side. And you have to go up a couple of like natural steps in there. And it's probably lengthwise maybe like 20 meters across. So we were only like 5 to 7 meters into the cave where there was another rock that was standing inside the cave itself. So we've got like the TP rocks that formed the outside, and then inside there was, if you can imagine it, there's a pathway going on the left side, and on the right side, if there wasn't a rock that you could see, there was just this big, deep chasm. So this rock that we could see was actually like kind of standing up in the middle of this chasm, and it went up above our heads, maybe like 3 or 4 meters high, and actually more like 4 or 5 meters high. And so the guy was on top of this rock under this cave, right? So when I climbed up, the part that I was sitting on, this smaller rock inside the TP cave, right, is very narrow, and I'm probably sitting on maybe 5 to 10 centimeters of width, which is like that much at most. So it's a very sheer, very pointy, very small spot to be stabilizing yourself on. And I climbed up on the right side of this rock and it was all fine. Like there were other kind of rock connections and boulder connections between that and the side of the big cave. But when I looked over the other side, down the left side, it was just this sheer straight drop down. However, when the guy had my phone, he was climbing over the boulder connections and there was a little tiny, not tiny, I could fit through it, kind of exit to the cave at the back of this. So that's kind of like on the side of the big TP thing that's holding up the mountain, if we can imagine that. And yeah, it slipped down between the rocks and we just heard it go and everyone was like, why don't you call it? I'm like, that's not going to help. It's on silent. And if it's on a ledge, they're like, oh, we might be able to get it. I'm like, but you might vibrate it off.
Yeah.
So like it was just gone. It was very cool, like feeling very Lord of the Rings adventure-esque, aside from what happened next, which was the phone just disappearing.
It sounds like I'm imagining just like the Lord of the Rings scene where they're inside the mountain and they're going down. Yeah.
Yeah, except dark because there was no torches. And but there's like natural light coming through. But down in the crevasse, there was no light. A bird did fly out of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a bird. It just kind of came out of nowhere. So I wonder if I like got a message and I startled it or something.
You got a text message
and the bird got spooked. But yeah, it was like, it wasn't damp. It was nice and cool. And it was actually raining when we went on the hike yesterday. It was really fun.
How do you feel? Like, can you get everything you had on that phone onto your new one?
Yeah. So the only things that I lost were videos from dance the couple of days before. So pretty much from yesterday was Saturday. So that's when I lost it. So pretty much from Thursday, I had just a few dance videos on my phone. I'm actually really good at backing up everything to Google Photos. So I only lost my dance videos from Thursday, which kind of sucked because I nailed this one combo and I've been working on it for weeks to get it like to actually be able to do it and wait for a moment when I'm not sweaty. And that was Thursday. And I'm like, oh, please let it have backed up to Google Photos. And it didn't. And I was like,
no.
The girls were cheering for me. And it was like the first time I'd nailed it. So I'll just have to like redo that tomorrow when I go back into the studio.
The one time you nailed it.
The one time I nailed it. Yeah. And just the photos that we took yesterday. I can't remember anything else that I lost, but in terms of, things that I can't get back, just those photos, but that's fine. And everything else, if you didn't know, the App Store on an Apple phone has this really cool feature where you can go into like your profile and go into like purchased apps and you can see everything, every app that you've ever downloaded. And I kind of had a nostalgia trip. Oh dear, there were a lot of games that I saw and I was just like, oh, that's a throwback and oh, that's something I wouldn't like to revisit. You know, just those kind of games that you download when you're a teenager, like 13 and 14 and you think you're cool playing them and you're just not.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I went back through all the apps that had been on my phone in the past and I just downloaded the ones that I could see that I used and needed. Yeah.
And do you remember all the passwords and logins?
I write those down and I have them in a secret book that I keep. So I actually have remembered my passwords off the top of my head because I'm pretty good at having a system for them. But I haven't actually had to break out the book yet. I thought I would, especially for the bank app. But I remembered everything. It was like really good. So yeah. Can I just say, I think I've come so far with like how much I've mellowed out in crises lately. Like,
okay,
I reckon when I was in my relationship, I would get very anxious around other people. I'd get very flustered if I was in a really, really crowded setting. And I don't think my ex ever really understood why. And he sometimes tried to make me feel better in those situations, but often didn't. And a lot of times when something would go wrong or something in my life would kind of happen, like losing a phone, I would freak out. And not freak out, but I'd get really flustered and really overworked and really like anxious, like, oh, you know, what am I going to do? I have to do it all now. But yesterday I was like, dude, chill. We're in nature.
Why do you think that is?
We're going with the flow. Because I couldn't do anything about it at the time. And I think I have accepted so many things in my life lately that I just can't change in the moment, or things that have changed that I can't control. It's just the way it is. And I think that acceptance and practicing all that kind of stuff for myself internally and the world externally has kind of helped. So I just kind of knew it was gone immediately. And I was like, you know what? That's okay. We'll figure it out. It's just a phone. Sure, it costs money. Sure, it's now gone. But hey, it's all right. Just chill. Like, you can't do anything about it. Just enjoy the rest of the hike. Like, I wasn't telling myself these things, but I felt these things. Like, I was just peace. It
Wow.
sucked that it was gone, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, can't do anything about it. So I'm just going to accept that. And yeah, it was great. I was comforting the dude more than he was comforting me. I was like, it's okay. We'll sort it out. It's fine. So yeah, I noticed that yesterday a lot, that like, oh, you can just take a breath when things are going on. I was about to say a bad word, another word for poop. When things are going to poop, you know, you don't have to get worked up about it. You don't have to freak out about it. You don't have to go, oh my gosh, I got to figure out everything right now. If you just take a breath and literally, and it probably helped that walking through that hike yesterday on the mountain, and it was raining. Like we were sitting at the waterfall and we decided not to go for a swim because we were already soaked from the rain. Like the mist, we were walking through the clouds and everything. It was just so nice and peaceful. And it was a nice moment to just stop and kind of think, oh, you know, just be here, just chill.
Nice. Especially with a phone as well. I feel like that's a very
some people have their whole lives on there.
Yeah.
You go first.
Thank you.
Make sure we drink at the same time. Yeah, that's it. Like, if I didn't have all my photos backed up, I think I would feel a little bit more like, oh no, I've lost everything. But that's what backups are for. I mean, you've got iCloud backup. You've got, I'm sure Microsoft has a backup. You've got Google backup. Like,
there's plan Bs.
There's plan Bs, yeah. And at the end of the day, even if I did lose all my photos and all my videos, that's okay. I still have my memories, and I have other people who have taken photos and videos. And it's not the end of the world. It is for the phone because it's at the bottom of the world, but it's not the end of the world.
Do you reckon? Do I know this guy that dropped?
Yeah.
Am I going to see him tonight?
Yeah.
Can I make him feel really bad about it?
Yeah, sure. He was really sweet. So he messaged me. I sent him an update yesterday when I got the phone working, like the new phone working. And I was just like, it's all good, no cost. Like, we've sorted it all out. You know, this has just been an easy experience. Don't worry about it, because he wanted to pay for a new phone or something like that. And I was like, dude, don't worry about it. It's okay. And I sent him the update and I was just like, yeah, no cost. And he's like, oh, I feel really bad. Like, can I take you out sometime next week and make me feel like I've, like, done something to help? And I'm like, just buy me waffles and pancakes tonight at the little chocolate place that we go to after church.
Hold up.
And he's like, you can have all the pancakes and all the waffles you want.
Hold up. He loses your phone, then asks you out on a date.
What, was that a date?
Oh, I lost your phone. Oopsies. Date me. That's how that goes. That's how that works. No, it's not.
I mean, I did think the wording was a little bit like,
oh,
because it said
how
take me
convenient.
out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
No. No, don't. No. That's
I'm not going to read into that one.
No. Wow. Losing someone's phone, that's pretty big.
Yeah, I would feel I completely sympathize with him. I would feel horrible if I dropped somebody else's phone. And it was like irretrievable, but sorry. Using that word irretrievable, I don't remember the last time I've used that word, and in my head I went, word of the day. So,
is that actually a word?
Yeah, it means like you can't retrieve it. It's irretrievable.
I knew that. I was like, that's not a word. And then, okay, it is a word.
I'm pretty sure it's a word.
No, it sounds like a word.
Yeah, I think it's a word. I never use it. Yeah.
Last thing, how good that experience to show you just how easy it can be to go through something and just be like, well.
Yeah. Life moves on.
Yeah. Life goes on.
Yep.
And so I think,
Oh, and
yeah.
I was thinking, we went to a cafe afterwards and I got a toasty. Everybody else got something to eat and something to drink. And pretty sure, we had 2 hot chocolates at the table and 2 milkshakes. And I didn't get anything because I still had my water. And also I'm watching what I spend. And this cafe lady, she's walking around with this hot chocolate and she's like, oh, did you guys order another hot chocolate? And I was like, no, but if you don't have anyone to give it to, I'll have it. And so anyway, I go to the car to get my jumper because I was cold and I come back and there's a hot chocolate sitting there. And the lady gave me a free hot chocolate. And I was just like, you know what? I think karma is real. Like you just be nice and do nice things for people and you don't lose your poop when when you lose your stuff. And good things happen. So
You get free hot chocolate.
I got free hot chocolate. The only thing was, she didn't give me any marshmallows. But I'm not complaining about that because I got free hot chocolate, which was really sweet. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a good story. I like that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to make him feel so bad about that tonight. No, I'm kidding. No, I will. I won't. Maybe.
I bet you will.
I
I
probably
will.
I will.
Immediately, I started making phone jokes. I was like, does anybody have the time? Because I don't. And then I was like, we were somewhere and saw a photo of something. I'm like, oh, that would make a nice picture. Too bad I don't have a phone to capture it. And there was one more at the end of the day, and the other guy who actually crawled down into the hole to look for it, he was like, too soon. I'm like, nah. No.
Love it.
But no hard feelings and free hot chocolates.
There you go.
Go with the flow. Like, chill out, dude.
The adventures of a lost iPhone.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
we're going to wrap it up.
Thank you for tuning in today. Catch you in the next one. Do you want to blow out the candle?
Woo! I will.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.